So this was going to be another one of those cheap games on the eShop videos because it's been a while since I've done that and a lot of things have changed. But every single time I make one of those videos, I struggle to decide exactly how cheap is cheap. There's way too many great games for about $20. So what about narrowing it down to $15? What about $5? What about free? You read the title. A lot of them are crap. And some have caveats, but there are some gems here that you have no reason not to have on your Switch. We all have our everyday grooming routines, from showering to shaving and yes, even brushing your teeth. Like me, that's how I do it. No matter your routine, Dollar Shave Club has everything that you need to help you look, feel, and smell your best. You've probably heard of Dollar Shave Club before and know it by its name, but don't let it deceive you because they do other things besides just shaving products. Dollar Shave Club can solve all of your grooming needs in just one box. Shower products, oral care products, hair products, skin products, butt wipes, and obviously shaving products. Basically, if you have a body, they've got you covered. Not only do they ship right to your house, but the more that you buy, the more that you save. They call that their handsome discount. Right now, they have this great offer where you can get the shower, shave, and oral care starter sets for just $5 each. The shave starter set comes with the executive razor and a 3-ounce tube of their Dr. Carver's shave butter. The oral care starter set comes with their weighty toothbrush and a trial-size version of their toothpaste. And the shower starter set comes with 3 trial-size versions of their amber lavender body cleanser, citrus and Hawaiian ginger face cleanser, and sage and black pepper shampoo. Join the club with one of their starter sets for just $5. After that, the restock box ships regular-sized products at a regular price. Get this exclusive deal at dollarshaveclub.com/Wulff. That's WULFF. And thank you, Dollar Shave Club, for helping us navigate this uncertain sea of YouTube monetization. Anyway, here's the show. The goal of this video is to weed through all of the crap. I'm wasting my time so that you don't have to. I'm trying to keep the mobile stuff off here, like Pokemon Quest and Fallout Shelter, and Get Amped Mobile. Most of these are free for a reason. You're better off just playing them on your phone. Most of these games on this list are multiplayer games, but not all of them require a Nintendo Switch Online subscription. If they do, I will be sure to note that. Of all of these games, Fortnite might be the most popular, so I'm sure that you already knew that it's on the Switch. You're just so smart. It does not require a Nintendo Switch Online subscription. Despite it being very close to the mobile port in terms of performance, it plays very well on the Switch. Granted, I haven't touched it since launch, so as long as they didn't botch any updates since then, I'm sure it runs just fine. Recently, Epic announced that auto matchmaking will pit you up against other players on Nintendo Switch and mobile only. It will no longer throw you against users on Xbox or PlayStation. The higher frame rate of the other consoles actually affected the rate of damage output for some reason. So players on mobile or Switch were at a disadvantage. You can still play with your buddies on other consoles via crossplay, it just won't auto matchmake you into random Xbox and PlayStation games. All this means is that you'll be at a huge advantage against the players in your mobile lobbies because you have controls and they don't. So good for you. Tetris 99 is certainly one of my favorites on this list. It does require a Nintendo Switch Online subscription though, so keep that in mind. Tetris 99 is the Tetris you know and love, except that it's a battle royale where you have to defend your stack against 98 other players. Clear lines to throw garbage their way, go for kills, or just try to keep your board clean. It's very, very difficult to get to number 1. The way enemies gang up on you sometimes kind of feels random and unfair, but the more people who gang up on you, the more powerful your attacks are, so it's easier than it seems to keep them off of you. Just focus on surviving and you should be fine. It's just Tetris after all, right? Anyway, it has an 83 on Metacritic, same as Fortnite. There's only one game on this list with a higher Metacritic score. You can probably guess what it's Warframe. The next game is Warframe. We have a whole video dedicated to Warframe because the game is very, very good. I highly recommend checking out that video if you want to know more about Warframe. But in short, this might just be my favorite free game on the Switch because of the insane amount of depth that it has for a free game. It is a multiplayer game that requires an internet connection, but it does not require a Nintendo Switch Online subscription. And you can absolutely play this alone. Think Destiny or The Division. It'll drop you into campaign missions with random people, but you can very much just do your own thing. I did notice that it does take a little bit longer to get some of the good loot than I had previously thought, but that grind is just part of the gameplay. It's still 100% doable, all absolutely for free. You can still get whatever you need without spending any real-world dollars. Also, make sure you link your Twitch Prime account so you can get all the free Twitch Prime loot whenever that's available. That's right, the game's free and there's free stuff inside of the game that you can get. It's a great game. I highly recommend you drop this onto your Switch, and I also highly recommend checking out the dedicated video we have on it. It's got the highest Metascore on this list, topping out at 85. I know that sounds low, but what do you want from me? These are all free games. If you want 90, stop being such a cheapskate. Smite is a MOBA similar to League of Legends or Dota, except there's a 3v3 mode and a 5v5 mode. This is some nerd shit. It runs just about as smoothly as it does on all of the other platforms, and there is crossplay, and it does not require Switch Online. So if you're into that kind of thing, there are about 100 gods to choose from, all of which you can unlock without paying a dime. There's also an auto mode that lets the game choose your upgrades for you if you're not into that nerd shit. It's not rated for Switch, but Nintendo Life gave it an 80, and it has around the same on all the other platforms. If that type of thing interests you, give it a shot. If it doesn't, remain ignorant like me. Brawlhalla is a Smash Brothers knockoff that's completely free and not as good. But hey, if you don't have $60 to blow and you want to play a multiplayer game with a bunch of friends, Brawlhalla is not a bad option. This was a bigger deal when the Switch didn't have Smash Brothers. Now that it does, this is just a weaker, free version of that. But you know what this game has that Smash Brothers doesn't have? Rayman. That pretty much ruins any chances of him appearing in Smash, but if people are still screaming for Goku, we can still dream. Also, it looks like it was animated on 2s, so the frame rate looks bad, but Nintendo Life gave it a 70. I don't know, check it out if you can't afford Smash. That's about all I can say about it. If you're already playing Smash, then just forget that I said anything. Paladins. I don't understand how somebody could see this and look at me with a straight face and tell me that this is not an Overwatch ripoff. Apparently, some of these characters were in a high-res studio game that came out way before Overwatch, but like, nah, dude, come on, look at that Reinhardt. There's no way you could tell me that that's not just Reinhardt. They saw Reinhardt and they were like, that looks way cooler than our guy. Let's make our guy that guy. And then they did the same for Torbjorn, and I'm sure they had Torbjorn first too, right? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, well, anyway, if you want a free version of Overwatch that you can take with you anywhere, you can try out Paladins. It's got a 74 on Metacritic. 74 because it's a clone. In my games that you could play vertically video, I knew that I was gonna leave something out. I tried my best to include everything, but it was just inevitable that something was gonna slip through the cracks. And you guys were very upset that I didn't include pinball effects. But don't worry, because for absolutely free, you can play all different types of machines on all of these different Arena of Valor is another free-to-play MOBA. Believe it or not, this is actually a mobile port, but it's the type of game that is probably much better off on Switch than it is on mobile. Speaking of clones, this is looking a little bit League of Legends-y. So if you want free-to-play League of Legends on Switch, check out Arena of Valor. If you want something a little different in the MOBA genre, check out Smite. Like I said, this is all some nerd shit, so I don't know what I'm talking about here. 80 on Metacritic, so actually around the same as Smite. I'm surprised by that. So those are a whole bunch of games that you can straight up just start playing right now on your Switch for absolutely free. If you have a Nintendo Switch Online subscription, I highly recommend checking out the NES Classic games that come for free with your Nintendo Switch Online subscription. It started out with only about 20 NES Classic games, and a lot of them were not that good, but now there are well over 30. Some have even gotten additional features exclusive to the Switch Online versions, like a special version of Zelda that gives you all of the game's items right out of the gate, or a version of Kirby's Adventure that starts you off at the much harder New Game Plus, because that game is a little easy. With the addition of games like Metroid, Ninja Gaiden, and Super Mario 2, which Did you know that in Japan, that was actually a game called Go F Yourself? Now there are a lot more reasons to dive into the NES Classic games. And if you don't have Nintendo Switch Online yet, it's only about $4 for a month or $20 for the whole year. So it's pretty damn cheap. There's also a 7-day free trial, so why not give it a shot? There are also demos of full-priced games available. I know that Splatoon 2 just had a demo, but it was a timed exclusive, and you missed the boat on that, so sorry. Pokemon Let's Go also has a demo. So does Yoshi's Crafted World, Captain Toad, Octopath Traveler, and so many more. So you can try these games out before shelling out the full retail price. Also, check out Deltarune Chapter 1, which is essentially a demo of the next Undertale game. The first chapter is up for free right now. And that's it. That's all of the free stuff that you can play right now on your Nintendo Switch, or the good ones anyway. On this list, which ones are the ones that you liked? Or if you haven't played any of them, which ones are you most excited to check out? And what did I leave out this time? Leave it in the comments below at me on Twitter and all this other social media garbage. We got new videos and live streams all the time. Our schedule is usually in a pinned tweet over on our Twitter, but this time I think I'm gonna pin our PAX schedule because this weekend we're going to PAX and we got stuff going on every day. And if you're not going to PAX, there will be ways to see what we're doing via some live streams or something or other. Thursday at 2 o'clock, I'm competing in some sort of NES Classic Gauntlet tournament against other content creators, so if you want to see me whoop some ass, I don't even know where that's going to be streamed. Anyway, we got a whole bunch of stuff going on. Don't forget about our backlog panel, which is our first panel ever. It's going to be on Sunday at the Bumblebee Theater at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Yes, Eastern. Don't forget to check out twitch.tv/Wulffden, where we do even more live streams than we do here on YouTube. And if you support us in either of those places, like you can do for free on Twitch if you have Amazon Prime, you link it to your Discord account, you get videos like this one early. You also get into our supporter-only chat, and you can play video games with us once a month. But of course, the most important thing that you can do to help support the channel is the easiest thing. It's just subscribe. They all tell you to do that, but that's because it's important. And share this video with a friend who has a Switch, and you want them to get more games, because these are the easiest ones for them to get. Thank you very much. You have yourself a very good week. See you at PAX.